Ted Brown is a true visionary leader. And just saying his name makes my heart feel full because he's such a good man and he is such a distinguished and thoughtful leader who in many ways has been ahead of his time. I admire him and I look up to him and I hope I'm always working with him. Most of you probably know Ted is a pretty buttoned up person. So all I'll say is get that man with a scotch and a few cigars under him and he is funny. And he gives really good hugs. So I would suggest everyone in the audience give Ted a hug today.
Yeah, so Ted and I think have at least one thing in common other than starting about a week apart from each other at Barrett Resources back in the early 90s. And that is we were always trying to convince our kids that we were cool for decades longer than they have been. But in all seriousness, in the 1990s, Ted was one of the first people I know of that was out there literally knocking on doors out in the Piance Basin with these little handmade brochures just telling people what Barrett Resources plans were. And the stakeholders, which were mostly, ranchers and locals out there living in kind of rural Colorado, were really appreciative of somebody would take the time and effort to talk to them about what industry was doing. And that really paved the way for Barrett to get approval from an endorsement from the stakeholders out there on the ground to continually downspacing from 160 acres to 80 to 40 to 20 and ultimately to 10 acre spacing there. And so Ted was way cool long before the current outreach coolness hit. And Andrea and Nick, I hope you're listening to this.
What is Ted's biggest impact on the industry? I don't know if we know yet, I'll be honest with you. Because what he's taught Noble Energy, what he's taught our leadership within our team of how you lead and how you be tenacious about what you want to do and what you believe in and how you care. Those are the things that I think we don't know for maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 years what he's done in the industry. But what he's done, I know right now, he's changed the DJ Basin. He's changed it from this single well environment, small facilities, to this unbelievable asset that's going to continue to grow, that's going to bring huge value to the state of Colorado, to the people of Colorado. And so to me, that's what I've seen, Ted. But we're taking his skill sets, the things that he's taught us, and we're using it across the globe. So it's permeating across the world.
What Ted sought to do was reach understanding with the opposition, certainly to not be afraid of understanding the opposition's needs and desires and what they were really trying to accomplish and get through the rhetoric. And then meeting with the legislature and himself becoming a registered lobbyist. It was amazing to see this operational senior vice president, who I was used to being a scientist and engineer, suddenly step into the political foray and do beautifully.
So Ted's biggest impact really happened late last year as we approached the election period, and the industry was at a crossroads because we were going to be challenged by these ballot initiatives. And Ted stepped forward as a representative for the industry and worked with all the stakeholders, specifically our Governor Hickenlooper, and came up with a solution that took the risk out of our business of having to deal and fight with the ballot initiatives, and ultimately came up with a solution that allowed us to move forward and continue to do our business, which is benefiting the whole state.
Ted, to me, you'll always be the Wyoming boy who started out with Barrett and started out, understanding fracking, what we had to do in the Piance Basin. And now you became like a figure of national and international consequence. You're not just the Wyoming boy anymore, but you've got all those good characteristics that come out of Wyoming. I want to congratulate you on this award. I want to congratulate you on your career. And you're a young guy, Ted. You need to stay in here and continue to advocate, continue to lead, continue to make things happen. Please do it, okay?
And Ted, I'd like to give you my heartfelt congratulations for being the recipient of the Industry Advocate Award. Nothing could be more well-deserved and appropriate to honor you at this time. Good luck.
Ted, I know you're retired now and you've got a lot of time on your hands, but I want to make sure that you know I thank you and the industry thanks you for all you did to help us through a difficult time and come to an acceptable solution for the state and for the oil and gas industry. Thanks, Ted.
What I would like to say, Ted, is congratulations. There's nobody better deserving than you. I've seen you work, I've seen your passion throughout the industry. I just want to thank you. I know from Noble Energy, the folks, the family there, we're extremely proud of you. We're proud of the things you've done with your career. You've made a major impact in the state of Colorado and the industry. I also want to thank Kathy and the family, because without them, we can't do the things we do, without their support. So this is one of these things that I thank both Ted and Kathy for that. But Ted, congratulations on your award.